Hey guys, my name is Nadeem, and today I'll be talking to you about what it was like growing up in Salalah, Oman. I grew up there from about 1978 to 1985, so I'll be sharing some experiences about the place and also sharing a few photos and links. And You may want to watch this video if you grew up in Salalah back in the 1980s, or want to know what it was like back then, or if you're planning to visit Salalah and just want to know some of the things that I really enjoyed doing there or remember doing there as a child that you may want to do as well. All right, well, the first thing that I remember really well is Salalah has these really big mountains called Jebels, and they're just beautiful to go visit. There are some roads you can take to go up these mountains, and there are several things that are very beautiful about them. First of all, it's really gorgeous to see how they change with the seasons. During the dry months, they're sort of brown and dry, but especially when it gets to the rainy season called the monsoons there, which is heavy rain, then these mountains turn green and they're very beautiful. I remember one thing as a child also, if you go up these mountains, sometimes the cloud it would either be foggy or the clouds would come down in the mountains, and just as a child I remember it was such a heavenly feeling, like you're up in the clouds up on these mountains. So if you're planning to visit, do consider what season you'll be visiting in. um, like I said, because these mountains sort of change in appearance with the seasons. And also, you may want to look into when the monsoon season is. The monsoon season is basically when the heavy rain happens. I think it was springtime, but I'm not sure. So do look into that. Obviously, this being a desert country, Salalah is a desert environment, so the seasons differ quite a bit compared to if you're living in the USA or Europe. So do look into how the weather changes throughout the year. I do have a picture of what the Jebels, how I sort of remember them looking like, and just very green when you get up to these top of these mountains. And like I said, sometimes the clouds come down, and it's just a very surreal feeling to be up in these mountains, especially when it's cloudy up there. The other thing I remember is my home there. I lived in a sort of a side by side duplex. So it was my home, and then we had a door in the middle, and the door joined to our neighbors. So that's just a personal memory I have because we were good friends with the next door neighbors, and as kids we sort of grew up together. And during the monsoon season, I remember there was some construction going on and it all just got flooded really bad. Another thing I remember as a child. Also, I remember going to kindergarten there. And one thing interesting about my kindergarten, I don't know if anyone else has this memory, but my kindergarten, for some reason, had a caravan, and that caravan was sort of a playhouse. So if you were a good kid, you got to go play in the caravan. And I don't exactly remember if it had a table or what, but it was sort of a special feeling if you get to go play in the caravan. Another personal memory I have is that I used to have a toy racing game and with a little steering wheel, and it was sort of a silly game because you were trying to race and not bump into the other cars, but sooner or later I found out even if you hit the other cars in this game, it didn't really matter because the game just kept going. So I don't know what the point of that game was. Another personal memory: my sister was born in Salalah, so I'll always cherish that she was born there. I don't really remember there being many shops or places for tourism. At least it wasn't really advertised as a very touristy place, and maybe I was just too young to really remember going shopping that much. But I just remember it being sort of a laid back and very easygoing, sort of not really touristy at all, just a very laid back environment back in the 1980s. And as far as the locals are concerned, I I think they were friendly, but not really so much where they would like come up and talk to you, or I guess they didn't want to get in your business sometimes. But I do remember like if you needed help, they were helpful, and um, they used to wear their national dress a lot, which is called the dish dasha. It also has a few other names, I believe, but the name I know it by is the dish dasha. The most common one is white, and I do have a picture of what the dish dasha looks like. So let me show it to you. This is a picture of the men wearing the dish dasha in a couple of different colors. Like I said, white is the most common, and it sort of fits over the body like a robe. I believe it's known to keep you quite cool, even though it covers quite a lot of your body. So if you want to try some local clothes, you could try the dish dasha. And the women, I think some of them would wear the black veil, but I don't really remember too well. Um, and finally, if you want to look up some more information on Salalah, there are several other YouTube videos, as you might have noticed. So do check them out. I've noticed some new media come out and new videos come out about Salalah. And there's also several videos and information on Facebook. And when I looked it up quickly, I'll show you that as well. So there's quite a few videos if you want to check out Salalah. One interesting one I found was this last one, beautiful Salalah Oman 2018 drone footage. I don't know why the date on this one is 1969 because the video says it's 2018, so I don't think this is a very old video, and it can be kind of hard to find old footage, which is why I wanted to make this video. If you do have any links or things like that to any old videos or pictures of Salalah, please do share, because really mostly all I have is memories. And if you share any of my memories from back then as well, do let me know. I'd love to hear from you. From Salalah, around 1985, I moved to Muscat, Oman. So that's the next video I'll be making, is probably going to be about my memories growing up in Muscat, Oman. And then I've moved about quite a lot from there as well. I moved to Pakistan, and then I moved to California, and now I live in Ohio. So I'd love to speak about all of these places. And if you'd like to also keep up with the information, please do like the video if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope that you'll be watching, and also get in touch or share your comments if there's any of these memories that you share with me. Thank you. Bye.